Matt, it's another big week here. Massive game coming up against Eastleigh this weekend. What are your initial thoughts going into that game?
Yeah, it's a big game, as is every game. Spoken to the players a lot this week around where they have to be focused on this game and not thinking about obviously any other games in the future. So yeah, it's going to be a really difficult game away from home, but we're in good form and the players should be feeling confident going into this fixture. Eastleigh, very good team going through a bit of a poor run of form for them at the moment. We've been there this season, obviously understanding how difficult that was for us. So we've managed to flip it on its head, and I'm sure that Kelvin will hopefully want to do that against us. So what we need to do is be excellent again in all of the aspects of the game that we can control. That's when we have the ball, we make good decisions, and without the ball, how quickly can we swarm to get it back? It's going to be, I'd imagine a game where both teams will play similarly. So we need to make sure that we win our duels and our 1v1s, and we're better than the opposition that we play against. So yeah, I'm expecting it to be a tough game. The pitch is exceptional down there. It's a really good football club, so we know that for us to get anything out of this fixture on Saturday, we need to be at the levels that we've been at recently, because they've got some real threats at the top of the pitch.
You mentioned the form there. Eastleigh are winless in 9. We've won 4 of our last 5. While some would say it'd be the perfect time to play them, does it make you slightly wary as a manager?
Look, I think you can look at recent form, but they probably, like we went through earlier in the season, have got injuries, suspensions, maybe maybe not got the players that he wants in the team, and they've probably had a bit of bad luck. But for us, I think the focus has to be on how do we go there and replicate the performances that you've just spoken about in terms of picking up results, because first and foremost, it has to be a high energy, high octane performance. If we get that from our group of players, we know that we've got an opportunity of competing in any game. So yeah, we're confident at the moment. However, there's no arrogance with that. There's a bit of confidence because we picked up some good results and we're showing some good form. But all that goes out the window, and I speak about it all the time, Will, where we're not looking backwards, we're looking forwards. What has happened in previous games is gone. It has a certain amount of relevance, but it doesn't have relevance to the next game. The next game for us is the biggest game of our season. It's against Eastleigh. Look, we want to continue this good run of form that we're on, but we also understand, and the players are really aware that the upturn in results has been pinned and underpinned by working extremely hard, and I'm going to challenge the players to do that again on Saturday and couple that with the obvious ability we have. We've got a chance going into the game, but no one at this football club is getting ahead of themselves, right? We're 5th from bottom, so still not good enough for where we want to be. We want to challenge this group. I said at the start of the season that, my job here is to try and push the boundaries of the football club, and that's what we're going to try and do. And everybody's on board with that. And look, it's not easy, we know that, but at the moment the players are giving everything, and they're going to continue to have to do that from now till the end of the season.
It's the first time in a few weeks where we've had a full week, no midweek game. How big of a difference does that make? One, to your prep, and to the players' general condition?
Yes, it does make a big difference, of course it does, because it allows us to get some really good work in on the training pitch. Because you're right, our fixture list at the moment has been relentless. It's been Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Wednesday, so we haven't had time on the grass with the players, and obviously what we want and what I want is time training with the lads. We've had that this week. They've worked extremely hard on Tuesday. Some sore bodies, I know, after that. We train really hard, and the reason we train hard is because if we're going to expect our players to replicate week in, week out, we need to be fit. We are fit. Our job at the moment as a group of staff is to top the lads up with what they need. That's both physically and mentally. We'll go into the meeting this evening and we're prepping properly. We've shown, the same amount of time and effort into what Eastleigh looks like that we have done every game this season. So the players will know and understand what the game plan is, but they've got to be the ones that go out there and implement it. I think we're in a good spot at the moment. Obviously, you know, Sean has suffered another bad injury, which is, you know, obviously devastating to him, devastating to us at the football club. So we're in the process of securing a scan and seeing how that looks and seeing the severity of his injury, but it looks as if it's going to be months rather than weeks, which is really disappointing. We need to understand why that's happened again. If it's a reoccurrence of the injury, then we need to really understand why that's occurred again. So, look, Sean is devastated, as are we. So Mason's had successful surgery, Archie's had successful surgery, so, you know, Craig Eastman's getting closer to coming back fit. So it just seems at the moment I haven't had a full squad to choose and pick a team from, but that doesn't matter because the lads that are fit and available are giving it everything.
And then finally, Nathan and Josh have both come into the squad in the last week. What do you make of their additions, just to the general nature of the whole squad?
Nathan, obviously, you know, is coming from MK and he wants to play. We are acutely aware that maybe this hasn't been the loan that he wanted it to be. So, you know, there's obviously a conversation to be had around that. Josh is a different proposition altogether. You know, I was manager last year at Shrewsbury and Josh played against us in League One. So we know the quality Josh has. What he needs to do is just get fit, and he'll use that period of time here to get fit. I thought he did really well for the period of time that he was on the pitch on Saturday, and we'll build him up slowly. But Josh has been really impressed with what we're doing here, and this is a guy that, you know, throughout his career has been at, you know, some really big football clubs. So Josh understands that if he wants to get in our team, like any player, it's hard work first and foremost, because I know that this group of players enjoy suffering now. They enjoy suffering without the ball, the pain that they're willing to put their bodies through, and Josh will be no different.